Hello and welcome to the first episode of Let's Build a Fantasy Kingdom. I've found us a nice area to start building on, as you can see right here by the coast. A nice flat area, a little bit of beach, a little area there that I think that we can use. I recently watched Disney's Frozen and I was quite inspired by the kingdom that they built there, and they built that sort of from the sea going out into the land. So today I thought we'd try and recreate something that they made there, which is a palace that sits on the water. So here we go. I just thought I'd start off by using World Edit here. I'm using the dirt brush tool to create an area, and then I'm using the replace air dirt command to make the area that our palace will sit on. And this will be a great big beacon for all the ships and passing trade coming in, and hopefully you'll see it for miles around all the flat area as well. And it'll be one of the focal points, if not the focal point, of our town. I'm just smoothing the edges up around the side there, and then I started to do the outline. So I just came down placing stone bricks in an outline, and I did a big rectangle for the main area, and it's sort of looks a bit like a boot, and the area sticking out there is just, that's going to be the gate or the keep before you come into the main castle. So I think I made this wall about 5 high on World Edit there, just increasing the height all the way around. And then on the edges, just because it looked a bit plain, I put in these little circles. Now you can find the pattern for these circles on the internet. If you just type Minecraft circles into Google, you'll find a picture with a template for all different kind of shaped circles. So I put these towers in on the corner, as I said, just because I didn't want it to be flat and boring. That's one problem that I come across with in Minecraft, is a lot of builds that I tend to make can look a bit flat, and I just want to add a bit more depth and just make them a bit more interesting. And then on the back, because it was so big and flat, that wall, I decided to do something a bit special, and I put in a larger column there on the back of the wall. And these are going to be towers or windows or decorations. I'm not quite sure at this point, but I knew that I wanted something to stand out. And so now I've got the height of 5 around there. I decided to put a little roof in, which is just 2 blocks of green wool, one on top of the other, and then joining onto that wall, I was rounding off the roofs of the towers so that it would all connect. Just increasing the height of the wall there to help me there, because I was getting a bit lost trying to sort of make the circular top and not knowing where it was going to meet the wall. So, and here you are, you can see me making one of the roofs, and it's just sort of going up in one layer at a time in little circles until I reach the top. And then I came back round to the rear side to increase the height of this one. I wanted this to go up above the initial wall and be a real feature of the back of the palace. And then I started to fill in the roof there in exactly the same manner that I was doing all the others, just going in one at a time. And I'm using wool instead of steps here just because I wanted a bit different with the colour, and not some. I just thought, because it is a fantasy kingdom, why not have something green and standing out? So then I came around to the front here, to the guard house, and put in the door. You can see there, you can see me measuring along to make sure that it was even, and it was exactly in the middle. Just playing around with the design there a little bit. Again, I thought it was a bit flat, so I just made it a bit 3-dimensional. Still using stone bricks for everything at the moment, and I just putting in some columns around the outside, again using the circles template, doing some smaller circles there to be these towers, these guard towers guarding the way into our palace. And there I'm just using wooden fences to make a door effect, so then we could lower that that door down to stop any invaders or what have you, or commoners. And a little roof there in the middle, just that the guards can stand and look down. And on the top, once I put the fences up to add a bit of height, I put the roof in exactly as I had before in all the other towers. And I did that on... Oh, obviously I wasn't quite happy with the height there. I mean, you can always go back and try again and start again and keep experimenting until you get it just right. And that's that phase done. So you can see already we've got the gate there at the front with the towers. The shape of the castle, or the palace rather, is complete now. And as we come around the back, we've got that very tall area in the middle. I'm not sure quite to do that. Probably put some big windows in there or something later on, and the smaller towers around the outside, just to add a bit of detail and to make it look less plain. Oh, you can see me just accidentally going into the menu there. Oh well, I'll let that one slide. So then I increase the size of these walls, just so they stand up a little bit above the towers that we made, to make them distinct from that, so it doesn't all merge into one. And I came across the other side to even out the pattern of the wall. And then I decided to try and put the roof structure on, and I went up 2 blocks at a time, because I wanted to be a bit bigger and a bit more imposing. I think just going up one at a time I thought would have been a bit too short, and our castle might have looked a bit stubby, and I wanted it to look quite impressive. So I'm just filling that in all the way along until the middle section, which I've left blank for now. And hopefully we can do something special with that, a bit of a feature. So it's just not, like I said, I don't want everything just to be the same. I don't want one roof that goes all the way along. I don't want one wall that goes all the way along. I want to have little sections coming in and out, just to add something to it, so it doesn't look plain. And I think that's something we should all strive to do with our builds. So here, I'm just playing around with ideas for having windows in the side, and I didn't quite know what to do at first. I quite like the idea of these lines, and I separated them by 2 blocks on one side, and I separated them by 1 block on the other side, just so I could compare to see which one I preferred. And I preferred them closer together, so I added more in on the other side, and I think that doesn't look too bad. So then I came in with the green wool again, just overhanging 1 block over again, as I did with all the others, to add a bit more depth, and then I filled that in all the way along the back. It takes quite a long time to do the roofs. It's probably one of the more boring parts of the building, just going along, placing block after block. I suppose I could have used World Edit to speed it up, but I'm not that good with the commands right now, so I did it manually, as many as you can in creative. And then I came through and added a bit more detail, and I thought I'd add a cross or a circle or something, just playing around with the ideas here until I found something that I was happy with. And I think that's the one, that's the design that we're going to go for. That nice cross with the lines above it. So I did that exactly the same on the other side. I didn't show you that because I'd already shown you it once. So as we come around the castle now, you can see what we've got. It's already beginning to take shape. And yeah, I hope you guys want to build along at home, and I'd like to see the things that you do and the twists that you put on it and the different designs you come up with. I think it'd be really great if we could build this kingdom together and share a lot of our ideas, and if you've got any ideas that I could add to it, please leave them in the comments. So now we've done all that area, it's time to concentrate on the middle, and the first thing I thought I'd do is put in a balcony. something a bit like Buckingham Palace that we have here in England, where the royal family can come up to the balcony and look over their kingdom, look over their city, and address the public for all kinds of things, or go up there after a coronation or a wedding. And I wanted to have these big flags hanging down, so I just did the outline of the roof there that you can see, just so I know how tall it will be. And then after that I started to play with some more wool coming down, cascading down to make different flags or different designs. And I started just playing around, as you can see, different designs, different colours, different shapes. And I had space for 2 more there, so added 2 more in, and then started to work on the roof. I think there I am just going in 1 block at a time instead of the 2 that we had before. Although I have to see how it ends up. I mean, that section of the roof was just trial and error the whole way, really, just seeing what felt right, and if it was 1 block or 2 blocks, that, you know, you just have to build it, and that's the best way to find out. So I am filling in the roof. I think that was the right move, making that section a bit higher in the middle. It looks a lot less bland now. You could imagine if it just went all the way across one way, we wouldn't have this balcony, we wouldn't have this higher roof. Oh, and I changed the colour there to blue. I think blue is my favourite colour, so I thought, why not have that? And it seems to fit. They say red and green never seen, don't they? But green and blue, that seems to go well. So just coming around to the back, just bringing that up to the height of the balcony that we already had, but no balcony at the back. And then fixing the roof so that it's all even. So far I think we have only used wool and stone brick, but I think we've already managed to make something that's quite good. It doesn't look too bland at the moment. I am a bit worried that it'll just be all stone brick, and it won't be all stone brick and green wool. It won't be separated out, and that's something we'll have to do in a minute. So, just to sort of break into that stone brick and that wool, I started to put some windows in and play with some designs, and I'm using stone slabs there as the windowsills. I think I might have used some stone brick stairs to add the arch effects on the tops of the windows, and then little green wool arches on the top, just experimenting with that. So to add more depth, just like more detail and more depth as much as possible to make it less bland. And then I came around to the front and added windows into the towers and into the front of the building, keeping with the lines that we had on the side. I think those are slabs or stairs. Either are good. Upside down stairs or stone brick slabs, or stone slabs, just to highlight the bottoms so that you can see that the windows are there, so it doesn't just look like holes in the wall. They look like, you know, they've been sculpted or crafted, and then adding little details along the bottom there by the entrance. And I came to the back to do this big sort of feature that we'd put in, this big arch, and I was putting in rows of windows with different floors, and people can look out. It wasn't quite even. The top section seems to be a bit larger or something, but in the end I think I managed to get it about right. I put 2 floors in instead of 3, just so the floors could be bigger and the windows could be larger. And with that big space that I made in the middle, I think I'm going to carry on the roof in a minute after I've done the stone brick slabs there, just to mark out the bottom of the windows. So there comes the continuation of the roof coming along, separating the floors, and then again putting in these big tall windows, as I did on the front and on the side. And again, I think those are upside down stairs. And just on the top, because I thought the roof was a bit bland, I came around and did another one of these circles that you can find just by googling Minecraft circle, and brought that down into the roof and built that up so we could have a little tower, a viewing post. I wasn't quite sure what I was going to make it with, if I was going to make it a viewing post or a bell tower or something, but I was just building it up and doing the, exactly the same as I'd done all the towers on the side. I'm doing the roof there, just going in. And I think I've done that one, as you can see, too high every time to make it really stand up. And I think in the middle, finally, I decided to make it a bell tower and went in and put some gold in. And our castle is nearing completion now. This is the last little bit that we've done together. So I hope you've enjoyed it, and I hope that you've been building along. I'd really like to see all the things that you've been getting up to. So yeah, just putting in the gold, and now there we are, our palace standing on the water, the first part of our kingdom. And for a quick build, it doesn't look too bad. It stands very tall. I'm very pleased with the little designs and things that we've done there. I think that it's not too flat, and we've put into practice a lot of skills there. And I'm looking forward to seeing the versions that you build. I will be uploading this. The guys on the Bending Trident server have been very kind, and they've offered to let me upload the whole kingdom onto there so that you can come around and see all the bits as it stands, and just get a real feel for it. And if you want to see anything else, you can just wander around and see the dimensions and everything. So thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe for more.